three. He's going to lose a whole bunch of places, certainly lose the lead. Through to the latest Spargo, through comes Marquez, Pecco Bagnaia picks him off as well. Miller through as well. Martin now under pressure from the Gian Antonio, so that mistake, the big mistake at turn three for Martin, drops him right back down the field. Now did you? That's aggressive on the inside of Martin. Through at turn five, so Martin did drop back down to what, 6 or 7. He tries to top it out now with Gian Antonio through the high speed. Turn 6, that's brave, isn't it? From the man who could be leading the MotoGP World Championship at the end of this.
Martin has been slicing through this leading group as they cross line to start lap 6. A 59.7 for Espargaro and Bagnaia, a 59.2 for Martin. He is sliding through this pack.
Frankie Movie he stays out on slicks for another lap. They should give him a T-shirt sprint gold medal for bravery. Because surely he's going to have to come in now. Back on board then.
He stayed out.
The top just... It's lights out and we're underway here in Japan. Pecco Bagnaia missed the start again on the back to Ducati. Away well from pole position was Jorge Martin. Jack Miller's going to slot himself into second place. A good start again by Brad, but there's contact further down. That's Manu Vinales and Joan Zarco. Vinales tumbles over in the double track. More overseas disaster for the factory Ability, but Martin in position A. He leads Miller on the brakes for the third time in turn 3.
Marquez trying to go around the outside of turn 1, did not work out for him. White flags already waving, right as if they want to, and coming at the end of this first lap to change flags. It's Martin leading, but Bagnaia has recovered as Bender goes backwards early on.
Mir ran wide at turn 3 in the sprint yesterday, was wide again at the start of the Grand Prix. I think that's all down to the fact they're just being a little bit cautious in the rain. They tiptoe their way through turn 5. Manu Vinales desperately trying to rejoin this Grand Prix, of course. He will know he might have a game over if there's a flag-to-flag scenario coming his way. That's why he's so eager to rejoin this Grand Prix.
Coming through.
Espargaro on the inside, then of Bagnaia coming through turn 7. Around the outside though, through 8 goes Bagnaia. He had to back out of everything. Espargaro, they rubbed open. That was Espargaro's front tyre on Pecco Bagnaia's right leg there. This is really close. They're so tentative, aren't they? Your race is still being led by Martin as they power towards 10 for the first time. Martin from the Bagnaia, they're trying to find a way through and they'll straight in.
During the dry race, Espargaro came roaring into contention. Marco Bezzecchi is not enjoying these conditions at the moment. He's back to 10th position, attacking. I think Armin's going to be the 9th.
Will anybody take an immediate problem? Somebody coming right away for the wet tyre. Miller on the inside. Look at this. They're almost running into each other. They're so slow in the braking zone for turn 11. Espargaro, look over his left shoulder together. Is anybody going to come in? Who is going to come in? Miller's in. They're all coming in. It's just not saving up for slick tyres. Getting really close and scary on the run to pit lane. Nobody gambled. Everybody then sweeps into pit lane. Who did go through? Fabio Quartararo stayed out.
Leads the Grand Prix.
Piro that leads it. Fabio Quartararo, Bradle, Morbidelli and Crutchlow. So the 3 Yamahas, they have rolled the dice. They have stayed out. So we had what? 15, 16 riders came in to change to their wet machines.
Bagnaia's got the better of the bike jump, although he was sleeping there as he took the pit lane limiter off. And Bagnaia slips back. Martin then leads this group out of pit lane from Espargaro and Marc Marquez.
High drama here then. High stakes as well in this MotoGP World Championship battle at the end of the very first lap when the rain worsening, the condition deteriorating. Everybody, bar Piro Quartararo, Bradle, Morbidelli and Crutchlow, flying into pit lane onto the Michelin rain tyres. Here comes Pecco Bagnaia trying to find a way through the leading back on Miller. That's successful mission. You can just see that you've got to be out there right now on slicks. The rain's starting to fall really heavy. In fact, the riders now on rain tyres. They're starting to already kick off spray. I would not want to be the likes of Piro Quartararo, Bradle, Morbidelli and Crutchlow right now. Tiptoe their way around on slicks. Here they are then. Michele Piro leads the Japanese Grand Prix, but he can barely get his knee down, can he? Hardly any lead angle when he comes through turn 9. Surely, that quintet that did stay out are going to have to come here in the background there, also on the slicks of Morbidelli and Crutchlow, almost a walking pace through turn 9.
They're going much slower through the second sector. Espargaro getting a second on the riders immediately near the hot slicks. Espargaro is effectively the net race leader of this once they all come with their bike changes, but Jorge Martin is doing something about that.
These two are really close friends, aren't they? Really close friends. I'm sure they're telling us from pit lane that the rain is just easing off ever so slightly. So you can see this, it looks like it's really coming down heavy down as they're tapped downhill straight into turn 11. Coming from a long way back is Bezzecchi on the inside of Bagnaia. Bezzecchi was the main man. Quattararo says enough is enough. He comes in there before his rain by Pirro is staying out.
Pirro and Prado, who are still out there, who are now first and second. If they're seeing it's easy off, they might think, well, why not? We've got nothing to lose. We'll stay out there. But the trio of Yamahas have come in. Quattararo, Crutchlow, Morbidelli actually has gone through. He's running in third place. So Jorge Martin now runs fourth. He will surely be leading this Grand Prix in a couple of laps at the most if this rain continues to fall.
Incredible, unbelievable, isn't it? The rain falling just 5 minutes before the start of the Motegi Grand Prix. As it stands right now, Martin's gone in really hard. He's gone in hard at turn 3. He's going to lose a whole bunch of places, certainly lose the lead. Through for the latest Spargo, through comes Marquez, Pecco Bagnaia picks him off as well. Miller through as well. Martin now under pressure from the Gian Antonio, so that mistake, the big mistake at turn 3 for Martin, drops him right back down the field. Now Digia, that's aggressive on the inside of Martin. Through at turn 5, so Martin did drop back down to what, 6 or 7. He tries to tough it out now with Gian Antonio through the high speed. Turn 6, that's brave, isn't it? From the man who could be leading the MotoGP World Championship at the end of this already dramatic and intense and thrilling Japanese Grand Prix.
So Aleix Espargaro is now 2.7 seconds behind Frankie Morbidelli. His teammate Maverick Vinales has just made it to the pits, but he's unfortunately lost a couple of laps as he was getting his Aprilia back. So looking at the red flag, Maverick Vinales is out of contention. There is Morbidelli crawling around on his slicks, and Aleix Espargaro is about to gobble him up. But look for the flag to Black Master right behind the Aprilia. Marc Marquez sniffs victory here.
The rain does ease off though. Morbidelli may have pulled off an absolute tactical masterstroke here. He wants the rain to ease off and dry up, and then the rain tiles will just start filling. Marc Marquez on the inside of Aleix Espargaro, down the hill into turn 11. He's picked up his fellow Spaniard, but he runs it a little bit wide. Aleix Espargaro sees the lead straight back. Well, the lead in terms of the rain tire riders.
It's still pouring down there in turns 11 and 12. Look at them just sliding past Morbidelli. He's decided in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm staying out there. Michele Pirro still leads this Grand Prix, sets the fastest lap of 2:01.3 as Bradl pits. So it's Pirro now from Aleix Espargaro, who's going 4 seconds left quicker than him.
The rise of rain tires doing mid-157s. Aleix Espargaro 57.5 on the rain tires in the factory at Aprilia. Michele Pirro still leads this Grand Prix, but he's 3 or 4 seconds off the pace of the rain tire. So now we only have Pirro and Bradl, is it? Or no, Pirro and Morbidelli that have stayed out. They have rolled the dice big style, haven't they? Morbidelli is just a sitting duck here. He's an absolute passenger on that factory car, getting swallowed up by a gaggle of riders on the mixed with rain rubber.
You've lost your advantage now by staying out there on the slicks. Also, if it rains again, the riders who are still wet tyres can just stay out there. But if it rains further in this Grand Prix, if it stops and rains again, Morbidelli's still going to have to do that bike swap. Here comes Martin then through on Jack Miller as he recovers from that excursion into turn 3. Our 3 title contenders are now Ryan Astern, 4th, 5th and 6th.
Ducati giving the team communication. That's what Francesco Pirro come in on this lap. At the moment, halfway around this lap 4 of 24, Michele Pirro sits 10.2 seconds ahead of this man, Aleix Espargaro, who on the road is now in 2nd place, having already come to switch over to his wet weather factory at Aprilia. Just to check the gap, that was time they recover in the 3rd sector. Pirro is now through. The advantage was 10.2 seconds, so down to 9.3. I just wonder whether Michele Pirro will just think, well, I know the team are telling me to come in, but I'm just going to carry on. I'm going to stay out. I've got absolutely nothing to lose. And at the moment, he's still running at a very respectable pace of, 3 or 4 seconds off the pace of these guys. But let's see if Pirro does come in. Another long look over his left shoulder for Aleix Espargaro. As Bagnaia gets through on Bezzecchi through turn 12, that's where Bezzecchi, the driver, saying a big surprise. Pirro has come in there. So now we have Frankie Morbidelli, the only man out on circuit on the slick rubber. Is Frankie going to find himself into pit lane? Further back then is Martin. Here was Pirro, he's come in there.
We're waiting for it to come out. He's going so slowly on the slicks. Morbidelli has come across the line in 17. He did a 2:06 last time round. He's going 8 seconds left slower than the leaders. And the leader is now Aleix Espargaro for Marc Marquez.
Yeah, so this lead group is the lead group now that's on the road. Aleix Espargaro then trying to put behind him a wretched start to our overseas tour. Recent reliability problems have got the factory Aprilia retired last weekend in Indy with electronics issue, running 5th place, running in the top 5 in the sprint yesterday when his Aprilia went kaput again. Just behind him there's a big train of riders. Marquez, Bagnaia, Bezzecchi, Martin, behind Miguel Oliveira as well. He's been, over the last couple of years, on the KTM at least, a bit of a wet weather specialist, hasn't he? A wet weather master in MotoGP. At the moment, Oliveira circulating in 7. Not a lot of great experience, has he, on that new old Aprilia RSGP.
Fastest rider on circuit at the moment is Cal Crutchlow. Back in 18th place, he did a 1:57.64 fast time, fastest on track.
That was really tight. Martinez picked up Bezzecchi there, coming through turn 9.
Bagnaia on Marquez too.
There was not much room there, but Martin made it through. And now Bagnaia also, Martin just in a little bit hot there, just slightly offline as he charges into turn 10. And now he picks up the drive and just absolutely blast past Marc Marquez. That's where the rain goes worse, isn't it, in that third sector. The grip, the edge grip and confidence that Martin had on the gas coming out of that tight hairpin curve. It was like Marquez was standing still, like they were in two completely different races. Martin up into the podium place in third.
Aleix Espargaro's lead leads around half a second, but we're going to get our back between the two leading title contenders here, aren't we? Bagnaia versus Martin since that mistake down at turn 3. Martin has been slicing through this leading group as they cross line to start lap 6. A 59.7 for Espargaro and Bagnaia, a 59.2 for Martin. He is sliding through this path.
Frankie Moving stays out on 6 for another lap. They should give him a T-so sprint gold medal for bravery, because surely he's going to have to come in now. Back on board then.
He stayed out.
The top just Frankie Moving, he stayed out. Even on his last lap, he did 2:09.9. That was 10 seconds slower than your race
He was
leader.
watching Bradley Smith at
Aleix
Lozano, wasn't
Espargaro.
he?
Yellow flags out in the first sector. Doesn't obviously involve our two main title contenders, because there is Bagnaia in second. Oh, Binder's gone down. It's Brad Binder then that has crashed out. No double podium here in Japan for the South African, and surely that is the final nail in the coffin for his championship aspirations. Marc Marquez also is going the wrong way here too. He's dropped behind Martin and Bezzecchi. Just under pressure now from Oliveira too.
Remember what happened back in Buriram last year when John Zarco was the fastest rider on track by 1,000,000 miles late orders. Martin now has a go at Pecco Bagnaia. This is for second on the road as Martin goes through. His teammate now is going 2 seconds a lap quicker than the leaders. A 1:57.9 for Zarco compares to a 59.7 for Aleix Espargaro. John Zarco's and Martin now are talking leading the race. John Zarco's in 15th, but he's less than 6 seconds on the race lead.
Spider's a little bit wide there. Zarco just needs those initial 2 or 3 laps as Martin again coming out at turn 11. It's like he's got a turbo button on that factory Ducati. Just again, like he did with Marquez in the previous lap, blitzes by Aleix Espargaro. Bezzecchi's going to car park only in turn 11. It is getting worse for Marc Marquez because he's been picked up now by Oliveira in that final centre. Cal Crutchlow has got a long lap penalty for the wrong bike swap.
So has Maverick Vinales, so maybe they pulled up in the wrong part of their pit boxes. Of course, we saw Jack Miller and Fabio Quartararo get long lap penalties in a flag-to-flag race back in Le Mans a couple of years ago as Bagnaia tries doing the back-road break with Aleix Espargaro. He can see what we can all see, that Jorge Martin is fully clear as the rain starts to intensify again.
The drive that Martin has out of 11 is astonishing. It's like he's in a different race. Bagnaia, he knows he has to try and go with Martin. This is going to be a tough one. Aleix Espargaro again runs in hot. He's had a couple of mistakes stopping that Aprilia on the last lap and a half. He's now back in third place. Martin then leads. Bagnaia second. If it stays as is, then Bagnaia will protect his world championship lead. It will be slashed again to just 3 points going to Mandalika in 2 weeks' time. This is what we want to see, isn't it? The 2 best riders in the world, the 2 top men in this year's World Championship, slugging it out, dicing it out here for what would be a hugely important victory, psychologically as well, you feel, in these conditions between Martin and Bagnaia. Don't discount Bezzecchi as well.
Yeah, all credit to our 3 title contenders here with so much on the line. They're really stepping up and showing why they are the 3 finest riders in MotoGP right now. Here comes Marco Bezzecchi then, picking off Aleix Espargaro, who's going the wrong way. Apria's best bet of victory today might well be Miguel Oliveira, the rain master of MotoGP. He's just at the back of this battle in big.
Bezzecchi briefly got through on Aleix Espargaro, but he's lost that place very, very quickly. Aleix Espargaro's out on that soft blade rear tyre, isn't he? You just wonder, without being fully wet, although look at the bucket down as well, the downside. They're now starting to kick up some big spray, aren't they? It is really late now. As again, Bezzecchi this time round downhill in the braking zone for the 90-degree corner. Has he made it through this time around? Aleix Espargaro already with that soft bench in rear range tires. Aleix Espargaro encountering some grip issues around this slippery, greasy Motegi surface. Miguel Oliveira, as Lewis said, may well be now leading the thrilling challenge. He tried to make right work. Alex Spargo, with that soft rear end tire, he's got no drive in, he's got no acceleration. Oliveira came through there like he was standing still as well.
So they're back into the 59s, actually. All the riders in this group are back outside the 2-minute race last time. So the top two full clear. Martin was a couple of tenths quicker than Bagnaia last time around. They've now got a second and a half clear over Marco Bezzecchi. Marc Marquez is now timing on the pain for Aleix Espargaro, and that's now Aleix Espargaro down to 6th place. And in case you're all wondering, yes, 21 is still out there on swings.
Oh, that was a big scare for Miller. His right foot was off the peg as he squeezed the power coming out of turn 4. When we look at the riders on the soft rain tyre, Aleix Espargaro, Miller, who we just mentioned, Augusto Fernandez and Paul Espargaro, they are the only 4 that are out on the Michelin soft rain tyre. Frankie Morbidelli has finally decided that it's time for the rain tyre, the rain bike. Better late than never, I guess you could say.
Frankie Morbidelli, who's at the back of the field anyway, so there's no advantage now of staying out, particularly with the rain falling as it is. There's no chance that he's going to come back into it on swings like Frankie Smith did all those years ago at Misano. So this is the battle then for the race lead, for the World Championship lead. Although Bagnaia just finishing second, he will keep a stronger advantage over Jorge Martin in the World Championship. Looking out for riders on the group back is Rafa Fernandez on the line. Jack Miller, as Matt mentioned, is starting to struggle a little bit. Joan Zarco picked off Augusto Fernandez on the last lap. He will soon be in the top 10.
Yeah, Aleix Espargaro just has not got the rear grip on that soft rain tyre, clearly. He's dropping back into clutch as well now. Miller should pick him up pretty quickly as well. You just see that rear tyre squirming underneath Martin as he got the power on, coming out the 90-degree corner. Under the tunnel they go. It's so dark here, we're taking let's flick the lights on the comes up for the first time this weekend. On the bell then, we'll check where the Portuguese man is over the line compared to your race leader Martin. Martin starts his night lap of 24 with a near 9/10 of a second lead. Here is close championship adversary Pecco Bagnaia. 3.2 seconds off the lead is Miguel Oliveira there in 4th place.
Outstanding display this from the leading two. They're the only 2 riders on circuit in the 1:58. 58.8 for Martin, place 58.9 for Bagnaia. Zarco is the next quickest rider on track. He's just at the back of the picture. There's Joan Mir now makes his way through on Jack Miller. Mir seeing these wet conditions as something of an opportunity. He's up into 8th place now, back with Miller going back through. That will relegate Mir back again with an entertaining tussle here between Miller and Mir. What a history.
There's a shake of the head there from Miller. I just wonder whether he's having real problems. He's suffering because he's normally such a superb wet weather rider. Whether he'll be ruining the choice of that soft rear tyre on that Michelin rain tyre. There's Mir trying to find a way through. Look, oh, Mir sliding that Repsol Honda through turn 6. On the inside of Miller he goes through 7. Miller's going to try and ride around the outside here. That will be bold and brave the next sprint. There's no way through. Mir cuts to the tight line. Now for the first time in this dramatic rain-disrupted Japanese Grand Prix, Jorge Martin has stretched out his lead to over a second ahead of Pecco Bagnaia. So many riders here are shaking their heads, aren't they? Mir's desperately trying to get that Honda stopped in return 10. I don't know whether the frustrations between the pair of them, Miller and Mir, perhaps disrupting each other's rhythm here. They feel that they've got the potential to move further forward.
Mir certainly will think as the spray gets kicked up once again. Mir's got to be very, very careful there in the slipstream and the spray. Oh, Jack Miller, who almost loses it on the way in, so he's going to go cruising into the gravel track. Jack
Miller locked the front there. That was really, really scary. He was so close to going down there. I think he had vision problems there. I think he was trying to wipe some of the spray off his visor. He just could not see a thing as he went down the downhill straight. And that was a big scare. That clear, straight up and down braking front lock there for Jack Miller. He did exceptionally well there to stay upright. And then they walk above the line then, down in 10th place. That mistake saw Mir, Ralph Fernandez and Zarco sweep through.
For the first time, last time around, the leading pair were not the fastest riders of that leading half dozen or so. Second Oliveira last time around, pulled half a second back on Martin and Bagnaia. They were in the high 58, but second in 58.2, 58.1 for Oliveira. They're also putting Marc Marquez along with them. So as Martin and Bagnaia pay attention to each other, if they need to be careful when they don't allow Francesco, Oliveira and Marquez to cruise up behind them.
Tension etched all over the face of Pramac Ducati boss Gino Borsoy. At the moment, his man is doing a stellar job, an outstanding job so much to lose for the title contenders in these testing conditions here in Japan. This is about as high pressure scenario as you can get, fighting for the biggest prize of motorcycle racing. And just 5 minutes before the start of the race, he decided to chuck it down with rain. And we had no Pecco experience at the Japanese Grand Prix up to this point. Down there we go then, into one of the hardest braking zones in Motegi. Decelerating from around 300 kilometers an hour. Just see how heavy the rain has got. It's getting set to freeway now. It really has been chucking it down. Bagnaia is just starting to respond somewhat here. That has got down to 9/10 as again Martin. He's not scared to be aggressive on that throttle, is he? Another sort of wheel spin moment as he got on the power there coming out of turn 10.
And this is the troublesome spot on the braking for turn 11. This is where Jack Miller sailed wide last time around, and Bagnaia can just gauge himself against what Martin's doing. You can see how much better is ahead of him, because he'll get an instant idea of what the number 89 is doing. As he exits the victory corner, coming up to half distance, there is still so much time and so many laps to go in this Grand Prix. Martin then on a 58.0 does his best, the best lap of the race, but the riders behind him all the way down to Aleix Espargaro in 6th were all in the 1:57s, the fastest of which actually was Aleix Espargaro on that sub-rear tyre.
All there has been picked up by Marquez, man. That's sweeping right-hander through the first 2 corners on there, trying to chuck it out on the brakes in turn 3, not been close enough. Good luck trying to outbrake Marquez in Motegi into turn 3. That was a task in 11 yesterday that Marco Bezzecchi found out was almost mission impossible. An early back and forth for Brad Binder. Apologises to his team. Such a good character. But let's find out what happened to him then. This was very early on, before the rain started breaking. That calendar year since we saw Marc Marquez on a Sunday Grand Prix podium in MotoGP when he was second to Alex Rins in that incredible Phillip Island Grand Prix in Australia. But at the moment, having dispensed with Marco Bezzecchi, he's quickly opening up a big gap to the Italian. Nearly a second clear. He only made a move on Bezzecchi coming out turn 11, looking just as the other come through. Aleix Espargaro, his hand goes up there. Aleix Espargaro on the short straight between turn 4 and 5. Aleix Espargaro clearly feels like that the conditions are deteriorating to a point where it's borderline whether it's safe to continue here. Simon, you're down in pit lane, you're the man on the ground experiencing just how heavy this rain has got. What's your thoughts?
It's close now, it's like close to the point, but the thing that I'm seeing is the guys with the soft rear tyres would have consumed, you know, that tread, so they'll have less chance of bumping the water, and I think that'll be why Aleix is feeling it first.
Yeah, great observation that, Simon. We saw Aleix Espargaro really did drop out of contention when he was struggling to get heat in that soft tyre early on. Back at the front then, Jorge Martin, 1.3 seconds clear of Pecco Bagnaia. Now then, Marc Marquez can find a way through here on Bagnaia, and Martin wins, and Jorge Martin will lead Japan as the MotoGP World Championship leader. There's a lot at stake here, particularly so for Pecco Bagnaia, who is dropping back towards the Repsol Honda of Marquez, the World Championship lead on the line here.
Oh, not mine, I can tell you what Marc Marquez is thinking right now. I can win this Grand Prix. He very nearly lost the front there, coming around turns 11 to 12. Someone has gone down. It's not one of championship contenders. Johan Zarco looks like he's slipping down. He's dropped by Jack Miller. It is Zarco who's
Yeah, Mark, look at that.